Read from here again. ويكره لهن حضور الجماعات. يكره لهن حضور الجماعات وأن الشمس من أخلاقه ولا الذي يقرأ لأنه لا فتنة التي رغبت إليها ولا يمكن الكلام بالعيد. Okay, so I know we covered the first ibarat here, but we're going to do that again because the next part is linked to that. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So yeah, in general, وَيُكْرَهُ لَهُنَّ حُضُورُ الْجَمَاعَةِ يعني الشواب. I told you before, whenever in the Hanafi books you get the word makruh, it means makruh tahrimi, right? Which is close to haram. So what is here? It is makruh, or it means almost haram for the woman, right, to attend the masjid, right, for the Jamaat Salah. Right, ويكره لأن it's makruh for them, right, حضور الجماعة to end the Jamaat, to attend the Jamaat Salah, يعني, and here he's saying الشواب منهن, from amongst especially the young amongst him, بما فيه من خوف الفتنة, because of what is in it from the uh, fear of fitna. So in other words, young ladies that are maybe dressed smart, dressed elegant, going towards the masjid, when entering, coming out, harimi, right? Then it goes on, the text goes on to say, ولا بأس للأجوز أن تخرج في الفجر والمغرب والعشاء. So here is it is there's no problem for the old lady. Right? When we say old lady, normally refer to غير مجتهى. She's reached that age where she's not now desirable to men anymore. So لا بأس للأجوز. There's no problem للأجوز for the old person أن تخرج, that she comes out في الفجر in Fajr والمغرب and Maghrib. الإمام أبو حنيفة رحمه الله تعالى whether it is Fajr, Zohar, Asr, Maghrib, Isha. Why? So, لأنه, you say, لا فتنة, there's no real problem. Fitna means there's no test in it. It won't no people, etc. All ladies, right? Not crew, right? Now, okay, so explaining the opinion of of Imam Abu Hanifa, what Imam Abu Hanifa said. Imam Abu Hanifa said no, they can only come out from Maghrib, Isha, and Fajr. Ne? What Imam Abu Hanifa said. So Imam Abu Hanifa saying for Zohar and Asr, even the old ladies won't come out. So this is the reason. وله يعني لأبي حنيفة أن ثرة الشبقة حامل. So Imam Hanifa is saying that, look here, we say that the woman mustn't come out for Zohar. And she mustn't come, even the old ladies. The old ladies, they mustn't come out for Zohar. And the old ladies, they mustn't come out for Asr. Why? Anna farat means excessive. Shabaki. The excessive, you can shabak, you can translate as desire. Amilun. It will prompt them. Fataqa'ul fitnatu. So fitna will take place. That's what I mean. In other words, there's such a degeneration in morals that even the old ladies will be a test and a fitna if they come out in the daytime. You understand what I'm saying? And we know, especially in today's day and age, when I told you, can say 60 is the new 50, 70 is the new 60, 80 is the new 70. So Imam Hanifa saying no, they won't come out in the daytime. They'll only come out in the nighttime. So that's what saying. And this is the translation of that. وَلَهُ يعني لأبي حنيفة أن ثرة الشبق, the excess of shahwa, right? Desire, hamilun will prompt, will drive them. فَتَقَعُ الْفِتْنَةُ, so fitna will take place. Then if you ask the question, okay, so you're saying that even the old ladies will be a means of fitna for the awbash, for like, you know, the scholarly element, so to say, the inappropriate people. So why are we going to allow them to come in? Why are we going to allow them to come in at night? We say, غير أن الفساق انتشارهم في الظهر والعصر والجمعة. But we won't allow them, right, we'll allow them to come out at night. So the old ladies, they can come out for Maghrib, they can come out for Isha, they can come out for Fajr. And in simple words, why can they come out this time for Salah? Because they say, that normally the evil people, the naughty people, at the time of Maghrib, at the time of Isha, at the time of Fajr, they're not around. So based upon that, that we'll say we will give permission for the older ladies to come out at the time of Maghrib, at the time of Isha, at the time of Fajr. That's what he's saying. He's saying, Ghaira. So there's no blanket ruling for the old ladies to come out. There's only ruling for Salat at night time. They're only allowed to come out at the time of Maghrib, Isha, and Fajr. Why? Ghaira, because annal fusaqa. Fusaq means the sinners, the naughty people, so to say, right? Intisharuhum fi dhuhri wal asri wal jum'ati. They up and about. They are up and about causing the mischief. Intisharum fi dhuhri at the time of dhuhr, wal asri at the time of asr, wal jum'ati at the time of jum'ah. Amma fil fajri, you got the right page there on there. As for fajr time, right? Why we say it's fine for the woman to come out, the old ladies to come out to the masjid. Amma fil fajri, as for fajr, wal isha'i at the time of isha, hum na'imuna, they are sleeping at that time. Now, once remember in previous days when there wasn't electricity and there wasn't lights, people would sleep early and wake up early. Today, because of the different forms of entertainment we have and because of electricity, people sleep late. But imagine you in a scenario environment where there's no lights, there's no lights. What are you going to do after Isha? What you do? You're going to sleep away. So people, so Awbash means the fusak, the naughty people, they will be sleeping away. So that's why it is permissible for the old lady to come out at that time, right? أما في الفجر والعشاء هم نائمون وفي المغرب بالطعام مشغولون. So at the time of Maghrib, normally that's this time they're eating, they're busy eating. So there's no real threat from them, there's no real fitna from them, right? Then in the next text we're going to answer, see there, if you go back there, they'll say there that Sahibain said that we'll allow the old ladies to come out for all the salats, like how we allow them to come out for Eid namaz, right? So we say, no, that analogy is not correct. You cannot say that Shariat has allowed him to come out for each salah, so now they can come out for all the salah. We say Eid is different. There's a few reasons why Eid is different. They don't mention it all here. Wal jabbanatu muttasi'atun. They say the Eidgah is normally big and it's sprawled over a large area. So the fear of the men and the women mixing, the fear of fitna is not there, right? So wal jabbanatu muttasi'atun. The musalla, right? Or the jungle, you can say it is huge, sprawled over a large area. فَيُمْكِنُهَا الْإِعْتِزَالُ عَنَ الرِّجَالِ. So to separate the men from the women is easy, and there is no real there won't be ikhtilat by the rijal, mixing or intermingling between the men and the women. فَلَا يُكْرَهُ. So it will not be makruh. Then I mentioned to you before also that ulama have mentioned that the reason why it was permissible in the initial stages of Islam is because the Muslims were very, very few, right? The Muslims were very, very few. So Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam even encouraged the women folk to come out, and to such an extent that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam even encouraged the ha'idat, those women that were experiencing menses, even they were encouraged to come out to the musalla. So what does that show you? The fact that the woman is not reading salah is encouraged to come to the musalla at the time of Eid to show the power, to show the might of the Muslims. They show you that the purpose was not for salah. The purpose was not salah, but the purpose was to show the power and the might of the Muslimin. Are you with me? The purpose was to show the power and the might of the Muslimin. So in today's day and age, what we're saying is that the Muslims have increased, the numbers have increased, they've proliferated, they are abundant. So there's no real need for the woman to come out. So you cannot use that as an analogy, right? Okay, carry on. So, okay, before we start the next text, there's an underlying principle here that I want to show you in the next text. I explained to you before, I told you that you understand this principle, then all the forthcoming masail will be easy to understand. Remember I told you that in order for the engine to pull the train, the engine must be stronger than the coach. The coach don't pull the engine, but rather the engine, or that is where the power is, and that is what pulls the entire train. So in the forthcoming ibarat, they're going to explain you the same thing, that the person that is the imam or the imama, they have to be stronger. They cannot, like I told you, with Anamasa, al-muftaridu khalf al-mutanafil, a person praying farz namaz cannot pray behind a person reading nafil namaz. Like, for example, you missed your farz namaz, you came to the masjid, somebody was reading their sunnahs, and you want to make jamaat, so you decide to read jamaat behind that person. No, you reading farz namaz, your salat is stronger. Your salat is stronger. And this person reading nafil namaz, the salat is weaker. So you cannot read jamaat behind him. So the principle in the Hanafi madhab especially is, overarching principle is that the imam must be the stronger one, and the person behind him can be the weaker one. So see, وَلَا يُصَلِّ الطَّاهِرُ خَلْفَ مَنْ هُوَ فِي مَعْنَى الْمُسْتَحَاضَةِ. Now, here they use the word mustahada. What they mean is a ma'zur or ma'zura. Sometimes you are bleeding excessively and you don't even find 5 minutes where you can make wudu and read your salah. Then from the side of Shariat, you are excused despite experiencing, or maybe you got a problem with wind, whatever, you got infilatul rih, wind is coming out all the time, or you got a wound, or any other lady's problem, just charging all the time. So if that covers the entire salah time, then you can, that person can just make wudu and read namaz, provided that covers the entire salah time. So a person who is a ma'zur, person got a problem of a wind coming out constantly, or they call it urine incontinence, the urine is coming out constantly, or whatever other break of wudu it is. So that person cannot be the imam for a person who is not a ma'zur, right? So you understood, because the person who is not a ma'zur, his salah is stronger. Like I told you, the engine to pull the train must be stronger. So قال ولا يصلي الطاهر. So the tahir here referred to being that person who doesn't have a problem with his wuzu, right? So the tahir, he will not read salah خلف من هو في معنى المستحاضة, will not read behind that person who is in the meaning of a mustahada. Why? Because the mustahada salat is weaker, right? ولا الطاهرة خلف المستحاضة. We did discuss this masala before about the females jamaat, right? So even if a woman is, she got no problem with wudu, she can't make a woman that got wudu a problem with wudu. She's ma'asura as the imam, right? ولا الطاهرة خلف المستحاضة. Why? لأن الصحيحة, because the person who got no problem, right? صحيح أقوى حالا, they are stronger, right? In condition من المعذور, than the person who has an excuse. Like I told you, that only a stronger thing can encompass, only a stronger thing can pull, only a stronger can be a leader for a weaker. A weaker can't be a leader for a stronger. That's the thing. وَالشَّيْءُ لَا يَتَضَمَّنُ مَا هُوَ فَوْقَهُ. So something, anything, لَا يَتَضَمَّنُ, it cannot encompass, it cannot pull, it cannot carry مَا هُوَ فَوْقَهُ, what is above it in strength. So the person who has no problem with the wudu, they are stronger. So they cannot pull the person who is weaker, cannot encompass the salah of the person who is weaker, right? And also there's a hadith that says, wal imamu dhaminun, that the imam is a person, like we speak imam here is in the imam of salah. The imam is a stronger person, he's a responsible person, he's the one that connects you to Allah Ta'ala, etc., etc. So his salah must be stronger. Well, imamu dhaminun, the imam is the one who is responsible, right? بمعنى تضمن صلاته صلاة المقتدي, meaning that the salat of the salatu, يعني salatu of the imam, تضمن, you can say it encompasses, it carries the salah of the muqtadi. So like I told you, a weaker cannot carry a stronger, right? ولا يصلي القارئ خلف الأمي. So here the next masala, sometimes somebody just accepted Islam, for example, and they don't know how to read Quran, the Quran is still weak, for example, right? So now, because the Quran is weak, we know the masala, they will just say Subhanallah, Subhanallah in each rakat. So they're saying here that the person who can read Quran, he cannot be the muqtadi of the person who can't read Quran. The person who is proficient and can read properly, he should be the imam, and the person who can't read should be the muqtadi. Says, وَلَا يُصْطَلِ الْقَارِئُ خَلْفَ الْأُمِّيِّ, and the qari, the person who's proficient in Quran, he will not read behind a ummi, right? وَلَا الْمُقْتَسِي خَلْفَ الْعَارِ, and neither muqtasi means the person who has got clothes. We discussed this masala before. If for some reason the other person doesn't have clothes, maybe he's been detained by designers, he stripped him of his clothes. So وَلَا الْمُقْتَسِي خَلْفَ الْعَارِ, so the person who's got clothes will not read namaz behind al-ari, the person who got no clothes, لِقُوَّةِ حَالِمَا, because if you look at it here, in both instances, the person who has got the clothes and the person who is able to recite the Quran, etc., they are stronger. They are stronger. So they will be the imam, right? Okay, let's stop there, inshallah. We will continue tomorrow, inshallah. فسبحان الله بحمده سبحانك الله وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.